Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Hi guys! So we're back with We're Almost There. We're back with, I believe this is episode 3, and we're going to be talking about freshman year versus sophomore year. We are currently incoming juniors. School actually starts tomorrow. Would you like to start with the biggest differences between freshman and sophomore year?
I think the biggest difference is probably moving out, or just like not living on campus. I think living on and off campus are very different. I think during my sophomore year, especially fall quarter, I had to adjust so much, and I think sophomore slump definitely hit me hard. Like, when I say hard, it's very hard. Like, I think usually like people have like seasonal depression during winter quarter, but I think that came a little early, and that happened to me fall quarter, because I think just like getting used to the bus routine, I think was just like definitely very difficult, because like the buses don't run properly at the same time or at the proper times. Whatever UCD bus terminal or whatever like that, like, you know, I'm outing you guys so hard, because especially during like midterms and finals, like around that time, it's always off.
Since we do live off campus now, we do have to take a bus, which is provided by the school and is actually driven by students, to school. But we will be talking more about that in our like on campus versus off campus housing type of video that we'll be giving you guys soon. I think in terms of academics, freshman year was quite easy. At least like the fall quarter for me was really easy. Winter quarter, again with the whole seasonal depression thing, was a little harder, and then spring quarter, like the academics were getting better. Sophomore year, I started taking upper division courses, and that was an immense workload that I didn't even think of. Like, I didn't think that it would be so different from my lower division classes, and doing upper division and now just like random GEs that I don't really need, but you know, just like space fillers. I think the academics did get a little harder. We are now continuing the upper division courses, obviously, since we are upperclassmen now.
When I was a freshman, at least, a lot of the upperclassmen and like MSM or just like anyone really told me that upper division classes are easier than lower division classes,
because they're more specific.
Yeah, and it's like geared more towards like what you want to do. And I literally went, okay, so like because I took upper divs too during my spring quarter, and genuinely that was probably one of the most work-loaded classes, like how Sandy was saying. So yeah, it is definitely not easier. It's a lot harder. So I will be the realistic person and tell you that lower divs classes are so much easier than upper divs. So don't believe those who say that, okay? Like, I cannot stress this enough.
In terms of time for academics and like that kind of stuff, yes, we did study at study halls until like, you know, like 2-3 a.m. sometimes. Like, we'd be talking too with like the other people. I feel like when you're a sophomore, and especially because we do live off campus, you kind of just do everything on your own time. Yes, you do have to like go to class no more thanks to Corona. I don't know if I should be happy, but like sad, 'cause I miss campus. Some things are better virtual and some things are not. And you do have to get a lot better at time management. I think I've learned that a lot. Again, with the bus schedules, being at the bus stop in time, you know, the time that it takes for the bus to go to school, etc., etc.
It's still a work in progress for me. Like, I definitely feel like every year it gets better, but it's not to the point where I'm like satisfied, I guess. So yeah, every year is a learning year, so that's how I kind of justify it for myself. So I guess our freshman year, it's a lot easier to make friends, and it's because when you live in the dorms, that's such an easy access. Like, there's what, like 4 floors, like some dorms have 3?
Yeah,
3 to 5?
3 to 5.
Yeah, so like there's so many students, but when you're at a house, like, you only have your housemates. So you kind of have to like branch out by like going to clubs or going to, let's say, church. That's how I have my own community. MSM shout out. Ooh. But yeah, come to welcome week. Anyways, yeah, so I think that like I definitely became closer to my circle my sophomore year. I think my freshman year was a lot more jumbled and like I was just like here and there a lot of the times. But my sophomore year, I truly found who my friend group was. Shout out to everyone who, you know, if you know, you know who they are. You know what I mean? Yeah, but yeah, what would you say?
I think freshman year we definitely saw more people in general. Like, you know, you go to the dining commons and there's so many people there. I wasn't one to just like sit at a random table and introduce myself, but you definitely just see people like in the hallways of your dorms, and like sometimes you just like smile, maybe say hi like once in a while, because it's pretty much like the same faces that are like in your floor or on your floor, or like the people next to you. I don't really keep in contact with so much of them now, because again, the circle I've definitely made like more, you know, small. And there's definitely not as many opportunities to actually go out of your way to meet people, especially when you're not on campus. And that's kind of what I've been doing. I've been doing like clubs and more like, you know, getting involved and different things like that.
Because I don't know if it's for you, but for me at least, like definitely like making friends in class is very hard for me. Like I think my mindset's more like every day or every other day, depending on like when you have class. Like I sit next to someone different every single time, so I don't feel motivated to introduce myself and be like, hey, like my name's Tiffany, like, you know, like what's your name? Like I feel like that's not very common. And I feel, and it's kind of weird because like I am a pretty social person, I would say. So I don't know if it's just me or if it's like just normal.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like I don't really do that either. Maybe in like discussions we would where it's like, okay, at least for me in discussions, because it is a smaller group of people and you do see them, you see their faces more often, I guess, because, you know, discussions are usually like 10 to 20 at most.
Yeah.
20. I would just like, you know, look over and be like, hey, like, do you want to
study together?
What'd you do? Like, yeah, what'd you do for this? Like, did you get what the professor said last time, etc. That's why it's kind of more fun to have like your already friends in your classes, so you just kind of help each other and then just kind of mess around with each other too.
I think actually I do have one other big difference from my freshman and sophomore year. It was definitely spring quarter. So our spring quarter, our freshman year, was probably one of our best quarters.
Yeah, it was fun.
Right? Like it was definitely like activity packed, and that's what I really enjoyed about Davis. But our sophomore year, because of Corona, we weren't able to have that. But thankfully, because of Corona, like the benefits of it that we gained at least was closer friendships, and we had our own fun. Yeah. Even without the activities, like we definitely made our own, I guess, with our friend groups.
Sure.
Like we had like cookouts like every other day. Like we would literally all stay up till like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. and with not even studying. It was just completely talking and like just chilling. So I think that was like really fun. What else did we do spring quarter? Our sophomore year.
Sophomore year, I feel like it also just kind of showed like who your like close circle of friends were, because, you know, not everyone lives together anymore. So it's like, oh, like we're always at someone's house, or like it's always the same people kind of thing. So again, like definitely on the like closer, deeper friendships. I think I even got to know like other people that I haven't really known too much before, like a lot better. And yeah, we've like formed a good group of friends like that. So I hope you guys kind of learned a little bit through our like personal freshman and sophomore year experiences. Yes, it is sad that freshmen especially aren't able to have, you know, like real contact and like in-person kind of situations due to Corona. But as incoming juniors, I think for us to just like tell you guys like, you know, how we kind of, you know, did this and this and the differences that we faced. We will see you guys in the next video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!